In this video, I'm going to explain 3 different ways that you can clone yourself with AI to produce better quality outputs that sound like you. If you're doing anything related to content creation, whether that's emails, social media posts, blog posts, even videos or audio creations, understanding how to clone yourself to produce realistic outputs that sound more like you versus generic ChatGPT and AI slop, that is going to help you move the needle tremendously. And so I'm going to explain different methods in this video, so be sure to stick around until the very end. And if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Ryan. I appreciate you being here, and I help executives and founders leverage AI by scaling content, saving time, and building a strong personal brand online. And if you want to know my favorite AI tools, prompts, and automation templates, be sure to get my free AI Marketing Essentials Guide. You can find the link for this in the video description or pinned comment below. Now, the first way you should clone yourself with AI, which is also the most basic way, is by creating a project or a custom GPT that mimics you and your personal brand. If you're not using ChatGPT, you can create a Claude project for this. Just keep in mind on Claude, you have to be on the paid plan in order to create projects. On ChatGPT, even on the free plan, you can create projects. You cannot create custom GPTs on the free plan though, so just keep that in mind. If you're a member of ChatGPT Plus like I am, you can create GPTs and projects, so you can create a project or a GPT mimicking your personal brand. If you're using Google, you can create a gem. If you're using Perplexity, you can create a Perplexity space. So I'm just trying to throw those other options out there as well for those who aren't just using ChatGPT. Now, what you can do, and I have a full tutorial, by the way, explaining this, I'll leave that in the video description below, is if you create new project, what you can do here is do something like my personal brand, and then click the settings option. I would do project only. That's one of the unique features about projects now, is they have project only memory. Then you would click create project. Again, you can also do a similar principle for a custom GPT. And then what I would recommend you do here is I would open up ChatGPT in another window, and I'll leave this prompt in the video description below. Basically, it's telling it, hey, I need help cloning myself, and I'm creating a ChatGPT project to create content that sounds just like me. Use my chat history to help. Also, research and build a personal brand style guide for me, Ryan Dozer, based on everything you know about me. And then I gave it more details here. Now, this might take a little time, and this is also only available to Plus users on ChatGPT, so keep that in mind as well. But this is one of the best methods that I've found so far of creating a personal brand style guide that we can use to train our projects, our GPTs, our Perplexity spaces, Google Gems, whatever you're using is with ChatGPT agent mode, doing research on my personal brand in the background. Now, if you don't have a lot of information about your personal brand out there, but you have been using ChatGPT for a while, this part is very important. Use my chat history to help. I have over 2 years of chat history within ChatGPT, so keep that in mind, that it's going back and analyzing and scraping to help craft a personal brand style guide. So if you've been using ChatGPT for a while for various things, it has a ton of data on you that it can help, create some form of style guide to dictate instructions, to help with any knowledge you should upload, to make sure that this project or GPT sounds just like you in its outputs. All right, so after about 6 minutes here, my output from ChatGPT agent is completed. You'll notice it went through. You can actually look at the whole thing if you want, but it looked 7 searches and 36 different sources. So here is my personal brand voice and style guide. So what I can do, and this is what I would recommend, is I would come in here, copy this, open up a brand new document. All you have to do is type in doc.new, and this will start a new Google Doc, paste it in here, and then I would click download as a PDF. And I know it's kind of frustrating you have to take that extra step, but this is going to be a lot more important here, and I'll show you why. So now we'll just rename this. Let's do Ryan Dozer Style Guide. Obviously, name it whatever you want, if I could spell here. Ryan Dozer Style Guide. All right, now that that's created, what I did after this is I basically said, now I need instructions for that ChatGPT project. And so now it came back and it actually gave me detailed instructions. So I'm going to copy and paste these instructions. And something else to think about here, let's copy this, is your instructions in a project. So if I click that project I just created, click the three dots on the top right, add instructions, it cannot exceed 8,000 characters. So just something to keep in mind. Here are the instructions, and then I'm going to click save. And now what I'm going to do is click add files and add that personal brand guide here. So if I find that personal brand guide, Ryan Dozer style guide, I'm going to add that as a project file to upload to this project so I can now use this to train it. And so if I pull open my project, my Ryan Dozer personal brand style guide, you'll notice I have 12 different files here. So one of those is what I just showed you with that style guide, but I also have LinkedIn posts of actual LinkedIn posts that I wrote. I have video transcripts of podcasts that I've been on, training it on my voice and how I speak. I've uploaded my LinkedIn profile. For those who didn't know, you can download your profile as a PDF, upload it here. Very valuable in this particular use case. And then I also added a common AI words and phrases list to avoid. Robust, dove into, all those common ChatGPT AI slop words that we're accustomed to. So I found that would be very valuable. I've uploaded some PowerPoint presentations I've given and just various other things to help train this project to sound as close to me as possible. And so that's what I would recommend you do after that, is I would go and compile a bunch of different resources that are relevant, that whether it's writing samples, a PDF of your LinkedIn, and other things like that to help train this project. And again, I do have a full tutorial in the description below explaining all of this in more detail. Now, in addition to a project or a GPT, a second way you can clone yourself with AI is using Google's NotebookLM. This is a completely free AI tool, probably one of the best free AI tools that currently exists. And what you can do is, let's say, for instance, you have a YouTube channel. Well, what you can do is add sources from various formats here, like YouTube. You can add website URLs. You can copy and paste text. You can add PDFs, MP3 files, Markdown. You can add things from your Google Workspace. These are the types of sources that you can do. And so on a free plan of NotebookLM, I know you guys can't see it. Let me drag my screen over here. You get up to 50 sources per notebook. That's on the free plan. On the paid plan, I think you get maybe 100. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's probably at least double of what you get on that free plan versus the paid plan. And so in this example, you'll see that I've cloned myself from all my YouTube videos. And I have a full tutorial showing you how you can clone YouTube channels using NotebookLM. It's one of my most popular tutorials, so I'd recommend watching that below. And so this is extremely valuable. Now that I have all these different sources here on the left-hand side, what I can do is then use this chatbot right here and prompt something like this. And I'll leave this prompt in the description too. Act as a chatbot that perfectly mimics my voice, tone, and style from the creator, from the sources. So myself, right? And why this is so important that I'm doing this is because unlike a GPT or a ChatGPT project, those sources are still pulling from training data from OpenAI. They're pulling from data from the open web versus NotebookLM. It's only pulling data from the sources that you provide it with. Now, if you're watching this and thinking to yourself, well, Ryan, I don't have a YouTube channel. How exactly should I do this if I can't clone a YouTube channel? Well, let's go back to the previous example where we built a project of all of these different project files. So if you compile a folder of writing samples, any video transcripts that you've been on, your LinkedIn profile PDF, AI words and phrases to avoid, any PowerPoint presentations, really anything that resembles you, your content, and the work you've done, you can still come in here into NotebookLM. I'm going to pull up a brand new one here. So this is a brand new notebook here from NotebookLM. All you would do is go to notebooklm.google.com. You have to have a free Google account to use this. Click Create New Notebook, and then here's where you would upload those sources. So for instance, if you had PDF files, you would click Upload Sources and find those PDF files on your desktop. If you have anything in your Google Drive, you would connect your Google Drive right here. Any YouTube videos, pretty simple, copy and paste URLs. Any website links, copy and paste URLs, or any text, you can just copy and paste text that way. But I explain a lot more of this in greater detail in my tutorial on how to clone a YouTube channel with AI, which I'm showing you right here. I'm just explaining high level what this is and why it's important, and I would recommend watching this for more detail. But that is the second way you can clone yourself with AI, is by using NotebookLM. Now, the third way you can clone yourself with AI, and this is a little more advanced, is by creating an AI clone of yourself through creating an AI avatar where you can use a tool like HeyGen to do this, and then also creating a professional AI voice clone using a tool like ElevenLabs. Now, for full disclosure, this in total, so HeyGen I think is $29 a month, ElevenLabs is $22 a month. So in total, it is a little over $50 a month in order to do this process correctly. Now, you could cheap out and try free plans of this, free plans of that, but the quality of your AI clone will not even be close. I can promise you that. And so if you look at the shorts on my YouTube channel or you go to my TikTok and start watching some of these videos, I'm going to play a little bit of this. And this is my AI clone that looks and sounds just like me, created with HeyGen and ElevenLabs. So check this out. Buyers want is one strong story of results packaged in a way that shows them you can deliver. So here's how to fix it. Before you write, so I'm going to pause it because there's music playing. I don't want to get in trouble for any violations or whatnot. But if you guys saw that short little clip and did not know that that was my clone for me just telling you that, especially adding music, B-roll, and captions to the background makes it really difficult. And so I am very bullish on AI clones going forward, not AI UGC. Don't get that confused with all these people, sharing their likeness and creating fake UGC stuff. I don't like that. I don't agree with that. I actually think it's a little unethical in my opinion. So I'd recommend creating clone versions of yourself. So with HeyGen, you can come in here and create all sorts of these looks of your different avatar. Notice how I'm wearing different colored shirts. I'm using some green screen stuff going on here. Glasses, no glasses. You can actually use AI to create, other looks of yourself that aren't necessarily you. Whether that's me in a suit, different backgrounds, etc., etc. And I have a full tutorial explaining this in more detail that goes through every single step to create the highest quality AI clone as possible by uploading footage, how to correctly talk to the camera, being centered, having a high quality microphone to capture that audio, and all the other little details that go into it. So again, you can find this tutorial in the video description below as well. But this is super important if you're trying to do any form of short form video content at scale, which is what I'm doing with my AI clone. If I go back to my channel here, notice how I'm posting one video per day using my AI clone. That helps me stay consistent. I'm not just checking a box to stay consistent, but it's also some high quality information of things that actually came from me as I'm repurposing podcast transcripts. I'm repurposing long form YouTube videos that I have on my channel to generate those short form scripts that I feed to my AI clone. So it is valuable content. It's not just AI slop that I'm blasting out everywhere 24/7. If you actually go in here and watch some of these videos, I guarantee there is a takeaway or two that you will get out of this. So that is the third way that you can clone yourself with AI, and it's a little more advanced. I understand that is through HeyGen to create an AI avatar, and then ElevenLabs to create a professional AI voice clone or professional voice clone, and then combining those two together to create an AI clone of yourself. So those are three different ways that you can clone yourself with AI to get better outputs that sound more like you. And again, I have dedicated tutorials for each one of those methods that you can find in the video description below that includes way more details than what I talked about here. But if you've made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you. If you found any form of value, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But most importantly, I hope you all have a great day.